Welcome to this essential guide on mastering salary negotiation. Salary negotiation is one of those topics everyone thinks they understand, but almost nobody is taught properly. In this video, I'm going to walk you through multiple real techniques used in salary negotiations. Some will click immediately, others might feel uncomfortable, and by the end, you'll recognize at least one situation you've been in and know exactly how to handle it. Stay till the end, because the final technique is the one most people never use, and it's the one that changes outcomes. What if the next conversation you have could add thousands to your salary? Let's find out. Salary negotiations fail for most people, not because they lack skill, but because they go about it the wrong way. It is not about arguing, convincing, or trying too hard. It is about being clear about your value and owning it. The crazy thing is, a lot of people walk away from money they could have earned just by not doing it right. In this video, you'll learn techniques from positioning your value to handling complex counteroffers. By the end, you'll feel ready for your next negotiation, whether it's a new role, a promotion, or a raise within your current company. Some of these techniques might feel uncomfortable at first, but trust me, they will work and have worked with many people. First, let's discuss positioning your value. This is about showing how you contribute uniquely to the company. Don't just list your tasks, show the real impact you've created. Think about the ways your work helps the team, the department, and the overall business. Quantify your achievements whenever you can. Companies notice this more than anything else because they want to see real impact. Don't just say, "I handled projects." Say, "I increased revenue by 15%. Improved reporting accuracy by 20%, or streamlined a process saving 10 hours per week." These numbers make your contribution obvious and undeniable. Understanding your market value is key. Look at industry benchmarks, salary ranges for similar roles, and the company's pay structure. Knowing this gives you confidence and helps you justify your ask with facts, not assumptions. Even if the numbers aren't exact, showing you've done your homework sets a strong, credible tone for the negotiation. Timing is everything in salary negotiation. People often say the best moment is after you get a job offer but before you accept it, and that's true. Here's why this moment is so powerful. You're excited about the role, they want you, and you have the most leverage to set the tone for your compensation. The good news is, this moment comes up more often than you think, and knowing when to act can make a huge difference. Don't worry, we'll also cover how to negotiate when you're already in a role, so stay tuned. Here's an example for a new hire. You receive a job offer. Instead of immediately saying, "I'll take it," try saying, "Based on my research and the impact I will bring, I'd like to discuss aligning the offer with my value." It's just a few words, but it makes a huge difference. It shows confidence, sets a professional tone, and opens the door for a constructive conversation. Now let's look at another scenario. Imagine two analysts in the same team. The first says, "I've been working really hard and feel I deserve more." The second says, "Over the last quarter, I improved reporting accuracy, helped the team meet deadlines faster, and supported a major decision. I'd like to discuss adjusting my salary to reflect that contribution." Same role, same company, but completely different results. The lesson here is clear. Focus on your impact, not just effort, and you'll be taken much more seriously. Here's another scenario. A marketing executive walks in and says, "Everyone else earns more than me." That usually puts managers on the defensive. Now, imagine they instead say, "Based on market data and the growth I delivered in lead generation, I'd like to discuss alignment." Instantly, the tone changes. This shows that how you frame your conversation is just as important as what you say. Start strong by leading with impact, not emotion or comparisons. Managers care about what you achieve, not how you feel or how others are paid. Highlight your results and contributions, and your case becomes professional and persuasive. Timing can make or break a negotiation. Many people wait for performance reviews or hope their manager brings it up, and that's when opportunities slip away. High performers choose the right moment intentionally. For example, a project officer wrapped up a challenging project ahead of schedule. Instead of waiting months, they booked a meeting while the results were still visible. Because the success was fresh, The conversation went smoothly, and their request carried more weight. Timing turned good work into a real opportunity for a raise. Confidence comes from preparation. Before you negotiate, be clear on three things: what you accomplished, how it helped the business, and what the market pays for similar roles. When you know this, you can answer questions smoothly, anticipate pushback, and speak with authority instead of hesitating. Just listing responsibilities won't make you stand out. Saying, "I manage several suppliers," doesn't show real impact. Instead, highlight results. "I renegotiated contracts that reduced costs and improved service levels." Specific achievements like this make your value undeniable and give your negotiation real weight. In negotiation, fear is natural. A lot of people avoid salary conversations because they worry it might hurt relationships or make them seem difficult. The truth is, managers actually expect these discussions. When done professionally, negotiation doesn't create tension. It builds respect and credibility. Take this finance coordinator as an example. They worried about seeming ungrateful, but when they framed the conversation around their contributions and growth, the manager responded positively. Being honest and clear always pays off in the long run. Here's a simple trick to reduce pushback. Ask questions instead of making statements. Try something like, "Based on my performance, what would a realistic salary adjustment look like?" This approach invites a collaborative discussion rather than a debate. A logistics coordinator knew the budget was tight. Instead of pushing too hard, they asked what targets would justify a raise. They focused on hitting those targets, documented their results, and received the increase later. Negotiation isn't always about immediate wins. It can be strategic and patient. Silence can be one of your strongest tools in any negotiation. Many people self-sabotage by talking too much or over-explaining. Make your point clearly, then pause. Let the other person reflect on what you just said, and give your words space to have impact. Here's another scenario. An employee was told, "Now isn't the right time." Instead of giving up, they asked, "What would need to change for this to be reconsidered?" That turned a no into a clear, actionable plan, and 3 months later, they received the raise. What if your work doesn't directly increase revenue or save costs? Don't worry, imagine someone putting in extra hours, keeping projects on track, and supporting the team. Even if the impact isn't immediately measurable, your time, dedication, and reliability matter. Highlight contributions like improving efficiency, boosting morale, or keeping clients happy. Companies notice and value this. Treat negotiation as a process, not just a single conversation. Every discussion, email, or check-in builds leverage for the next one. Plan ahead, keep track of your achievements, and document results. Small, consistent steps add up to big wins. Salary negotiation comes down to preparation, clarity, and confidence. Know your value, communicate your results clearly, stay calm under pressure, and have the courage to ask. Confidence is contagious. If you believe in your worth, others will too. When starting a new job, it's tempting to jump straight to salary, but timing matters. Avoid bringing it up too early. If asked about your expectations, give a broad range or say you'd like to fully understand the role first. This keeps the conversation professional and sets the stage for a stronger negotiation later. Practice gives you confidence. Prepare answers to common questions and have a concise pitch ready. Know your walkaway point and your ideal target. When you're clear about your limits, you speak with authority instead of uncertainty. Focus on your value, not your fear. The worst they can say is no, and even then, it's not failure. It's an opening for further discussion or a plan to improve. Negotiation is about opportunity, not threat. Ask smart, strategic questions. For example, how does the company approach raises? Or what growth opportunities would affect future salary adjustments? Questions like these show engagement and help you understand the full offer beyond just the base salary. Patience pays off. Don't rush into saying yes or no. Take a moment to review the offer carefully, discuss it with trusted colleagues if needed, and respond thoughtfully. That small pause doesn't show hesitation. It shows you're serious and professional. Think of negotiation as a collaboration, not a battle. Frame your requests around how they benefit the company, stay positive and respectful. Don't underestimate non-monetary benefits. Flexible hours, professional development opportunities, extra vacation, or even a better title can have a long-term impact on your career satisfaction. Sometimes these perks are more valuable than a small salary increase. Counteroffers can be tricky. If your current employer presents one, ask yourself why it wasn't offered sooner and whether it really fixes the reasons you considered leaving. Some counteroffers are just short-term solutions that won't address the bigger picture. Sometimes a raise isn't immediate, and that's okay. Think strategically. If budgets are tight or timing isn't ideal, ask what specific results or targets would justify a raise. Hit those targets, document your achievements, and revisit the conversation later. This shows patience and professionalism. Always approach negotiation as a collaborative process. Frame your requests in terms of how they benefit the team or company, whether it's improving efficiency, boosting motivation, or delivering better results. A calm and respectful tone works far better than pressure or confrontation. Remember, negotiation is a journey, not a single event. Each conversation, even small ones, builds leverage for the next. Your confidence, credibility, and results compound over time, making future discussions easier and more successful. Here's the final takeaway. Salary negotiation isn't about arguing. It's about preparation, clarity, and confidence. Know your value, communicate your results, stay calm under pressure, and have the courage to ask. Share this with someone who wants to boost their salary, and subscribe, because the next conversation you watch here could be the one that changes your career.